Okay, so as you can see, I've been playing. Got kind of everything sort of laid out on my workbench, because this is not my workbench, this is my training bench, and this is where it's eventually going to go. So I'm going to move some of these down here out of the way so that we can go ahead and work on the next module without too much difficulty. And I just thought it would be fun to have it laying out and start getting a feel for how things are going to look and fit. And I think it's pretty cool. So let me set this one down here. And then this guy gently down here. And then we can go to work. These are the E and F modules. So I'm going to move this guy over here for the moment because I'm going to do the ribs for the E module first. So as you can see, I've got the 4 E ribs here. And I just kind of had them test fit in place and make sure I got all the numbers lined up as always. I'm going to slide this guy in here all the way down, nice and snug. And then we'll put ER2 right here. And it's kind of cool the way it stands up on its own and holds itself up, isn't it? And then ER4 goes right in here. So actually, I don't need to pin anything yet. I will pin it once we get it going and get the glue on and everything, because I want to stay in place. And of course I'm going to put weights on it to hold it down so it'll stay nice and flat. That's worked well for all the others, so we're going to do that again. One of the things that they mentioned is when you have these in place, especially these ones, these particular ones I should say, is you can just kind of pick it up like an egg crate because of the way it fits together. And then we'll just go along here and put some glue down. There. And run some across here. And right down here. And then across here. And then we'll kind of spread it around a little bit. So got it down here. We want to kind of move them back and forth a little bit, left and right. Make sure we get most of those air bubbles out of there. And that everything is where it's supposed to be. And then we will indeed start pinning each of the pieces in place. Want that right on the edge. Make sure that's flush there. We'll come down on this end and do exactly the same thing. Get that right over there. Just to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to be until it's completely dry. You know, one of the things that's going to be fun and interesting is that once we get everything built and actually start putting scenery on these things, this is probably going to get a little heavy. As you can see, when I picked up the modules before, they were quite light. But I suspect that as we get further along in the process, you know, I'll have track on it, I'll have some grass, I'll have some rocks, or at least something that looks like that, then it's going to gain some weight. But when I built this table, I didn't know about railroad in a box at the time, but I didn't realize I was going to be doing it. And so I built this really sturdy table. It's actually sturdy enough that I can get my little 2 cents on there. And so that's going to work out really well for us. It's not going to be an issue at all. All right. So I got that in there. So let's do some welding. What do you say? here and go across. And across here. Obviously, the more that we get welded down, the more we get glued. Yeah. The more we get glued down to everything and get it all one integral unit, the better it's going to hold, the better it'll stand up. Let's get these right in there a little bit. Most of that's going to fall down, so we don't have to worry about it too much up in there. So we'll come across here. Well, I could have done that a little bit better. The better alignment we get now, the fewer problems that we will have when it comes time to putting on the horizontals and the verticals and the profiles and the train track. And I guess you could say it all works together for the total common good. Trying to be as methodical as I can be on these points so that I get everything, get all the junctions. And all the joints. These two modules seem to have more sections in them and more ribs. This is the E and F. This is E right here actually. And it's going to be in the middle. And part of it is going to be a little, it's going to house a little like a hidden railway in here, which is going to be fun. That's someplace you could park a train, or maybe an engine of 1 or 2 cars, and then have it suddenly come out and run around the track. That'll be fun. All right. That's all the ribs and all the welding for the E module. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to grab my weights here. And get them on. And let that dry tonight and be a good 8-10 hour dry. So it'll be good and solid, and then we can come back and put on the profiles. So we'll talk to you real soon.